Hey, what's going on, guys? Your boy Codebreaker00X, and today I am bringing you my deck build, my version of zombies. Now, before I get this video started, there are some honorable mentions that I want to mention before I even start this deck profile. What is it? Premature Barrel is at 2. I do not have that in the deck. I do have the cards. I do not have them in the deck. What else? I do want to put in the Firewall. I do not have Firewall yet, but then there's possibly some Proxy Dragons. But there's a couple cards I want to add. But right now I'll just talk about the deck profile. You guys let me know what you think. Now this is a Mizuki. Sorry about that, but this is a light swarm variant. There is some what I consider spicy tech in this deck. And Yu-Gi-Oh building is all on personal reference. You want to test it out in local, see what it works for you. And some of the cards that, well, maybe one or two, maybe three cards I put in here, I'll explain my reasons why. You guys should let me know in the comment section. But other than that, let's go ahead and get this deck profile underway. So, obviously we're running 3 Mizukis, standard in the zombie deck. And then we're running, sorry about the camera, guys. We're running 2 Shiranui Spectral Sword. Running the 1 Shiranui Smith. Running the Spirit Master. And 1 Shiranui Samurai. Now, that's it for the Shiranui monsters. So, to me, I feel like the Mizuki and Shiranui is, to me, valuable in almost any deck build. Depends on your playstyle. And then I am running a Vampire Engine as well. So we're running 1 Shadow Vampire, 1 Vampire Hunter. And I like Vampire Hunter just because he can just destroy dark monsters. Even at the start of the damage step, he just destroys it. So it doesn't matter. You get no damage. It's just straight destruction. So it's valuable to get rid of problematic cards. Vampire Damp, very good card. You guys don't know what that does. Vampire Grace helps with special summoning, and definitely with the Link format, you definitely need some type of special summoning to the field to make make your plays faster, or link monsters more more quicker. And zombies are really good at swarming the field, so when you pitch them to the grave, that's why I like the light swarm variant, because pitch them to the grave, you want them to go to the grave because that's where they do most of their damage from. Have the 1 Vampire Lord, and last but not least, we have the Vampire Duke. And that's it for the zombie, or not zombie, but the vampire build. Can't even get my thoughts out. And then we are running 2 Uni zombies. Now the reason I went with 2 is because I feel like 3 is too cloggy, and you can resurrect it and bring it back, and definitely with Premature Burial at 2 now, you can easily see this card a lot just with 2. So 3 is too cloggy for me. From what I've used and tested, 2 is perfectly fine. Good ratio. Then I'm running the 1 Gozuki. Now, I might run this at 2. 1 for me is fine. I know some people run this at 3. Some people run it at 2. I'm thinking about bumping it up, but it depends. Because I am working on building a Vandred build. So this deck might get tweaked, or this might build a whole different archetype of a zombie build itself. Or I might tweak this one. Not too for sure. But I am working on a Vandred build as well. Then I have the one Plexor zombie, one zombie master, one pyramid turtle, and then this card. Go Chiron, the Underworld Boatman. Now, when I show you my synchros, you guys will, my extra deck, you guys will understand why I'm running this card. This card's good. It's more situational, but it's good when when the situation approaches because nobody expects it. This card's definitely won me games just because nobody plays this card. So when at your locals or regionals or anything like that, when people don't expect the unexpected, you win majority of the time. So that's the reason I play this card. This card's, to me, in my opinion, really good for situations. Then I run the Isolate Bella of the Underworld. She's good for going for if you want to go bigger XCs or just for special summoning, definitely in the link format. Because when you summon this guy out, she can be special summoned. And so it's just XCs, link plays, synchro plays if you have to, anything of that nature. And then I run the one Shutting Doji just to bring back, the banner zombie type monsters. Allows you to recycle them. You can get a draw one card off that. Now this next card right here is, people laughed at me. I'm not gonna lie. But when I used it, people said, "What? Okay, that's spicy." And that card is Tier Source of Destruction. Now, this card's nice. If you guys don't know what this card does, it's a light attribute monster, level 11. It can only be special summoned by shuffling 10 other cards with different names from the hand and/or field into the deck and our extra deck. So, if you have 10 different cards, on your field, different names, you put them all back in their respective setting. And it cannot be summoned by other ways. Now, the other great part about this card is its special summon cannot be negated. And when it is special summoned, it shuffles all other cards into the deck except for this card. So that also includes your opponent's monsters, your opponent's back row, anything your opponent has on the field. And from the hand as well. So you can pretty much, not only do you board wipe your opponent's hand or your opponent's field, you hand wipe as well. And your opponent can't activate nothing upon its summoning. So you can't get Solemn Warning, Zoo can't stop it. Nothing can get over this unless you Kaiju it. And that's being straight up. Unless you Kaiju this card. But nothing, it cannot be negated. It cannot be stopped. Once it drops, it changes the game. It changes the playing field. Now, the reason I played this, now, you might ask, why do you play this as zombies? The reason I play this as zombies is because, let's say, zombies don't matter. You want to refuel. You want to get back your key combo cards, and you want them back in the deck, and you can just do it all over again. Other decks, yeah, but for zombies, you don't want those problematic cards on the field to stop it. Bringing this out and then like going on your next turn, and then say if you summon like a Light Sworn, or say if you summon an Uni zombie, or you draw a Foolish Burial, or if you something, or like a Pot of Desire, which I don't play in this deck, but you draw something, you know, you could just go off. Zombies can go off. And, you know, this card just helps clear fields, clear hands. This card is just I won't say one-trick pony, but it's a showstopper. So, that's it for that card. This card's definitely won me matches, won me games. I love it. Very good card. Now we're going to go to the Light Sworn engine. Oops. I run 3 wolves. Obviously, like I said before, with Light Sworns, you guys already know. No need to go into explanation, deep detail about it. It's pretty obvious why I run it. It's a 21 beater. Mill it, get the special summon it, and then it can be fodder for links or anything of that nature. So that's at 3. Then we have 2 Raiden. Then we're running the 1 Garth, the 1 Aaron, the 1 Felice, the 1 Jane, the 1 Lila, and last but not least, Judgment Dragon. Yes, I do run Judgment Dragon in this deck, and it fits perfect. And that's it for the engine for the Light Sworn and for the main build. And now we're going to go ahead and go to the spells. And it's not too many spells. Like I said, I'm going on the fence because I might change this deck around, or I might just make a whole Vandred build. And I do have a couple extra cards of like Mizuki and stuff of that nature where I can go almost off the same list. But from what I heard of my locals and I've seen people play the Vandreds, that it's definitely I won't say faster, but the power creep of zombies definitely is there. But let's go ahead and go to the spells. Obviously, Foolish Burial, the 1 Poly, 1 Book of Life, 2 Zombie Worlds, and that's it. I do have Terraforming. I do not like Terraforming in this deck because I always see it in my starting hand or I draw into it at the right moments. Because a lot of times I don't need it. So it's more, it honestly depends on how you feel about it. To me, I do love Zombie World, but at the same time, I don't necessarily need it because of the power and the swarmability of zombies. Then we go into the traps. 1 Magic Cylinder, 1 Shiranui style Samasar, Ghost of a Grudge. Great card, lasting effect. If your opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, the attack of all their monsters become currently 0. So that right there can, if your opponent thinks they're about to go for GG, or they swarm the field, like say, hey, we're about to just wreck you, activate this. If they have 8 or more cards, it shuts that down ASAP. I run 1 Zoma of the Spirit. I run the 1 Solemn Warning, and then I run Bottomless. Now, the traps and spells are going to change. That's just right now what helps me. Sorry about the camera, guys. But that's what helps me. It will change, though, once I get another warning and strikes and things of that nature. So let's go ahead and go to the extra deck. That's why I run the Poly for this guy. Draco Necro, Nether Soul Dragon. If you guys don't know what this does, it is a dark dragon fusion monster. It requires 2 zombie type monsters. Monsters cannot be destroyed by battle with this card. At the end, and you know, you'll think, that's a bad thing. Why? Well, at the end of the damage step, if the card's not destroyed, your opponent's monster drops down to 0. And then you get a token if the card's still face up on the field, and you can special summon 1 Dark Soul token. Now, it gets its level and become equal to the original level and attack of that monster. So not only do you get the level of that monster that you didn't destroy, but you also get the attack of that monster's original attack. So say if you went up against Firewall and Tropical Bomber Dragon, it doesn't get destroyed, but you drop it to 0 attack. Then you summon a token that has its attack and level. So you can, you're getting pretty much a free monster on the field, and also that you can use to attack, or you can use to go ahead and make link summons and things of that nature. So in my opinion, pretty good card. Definitely for this link format. And we don't have really too many links, so until we get more link monsters, I think this card would be more viable, or I might drop it depending on what kind of link monsters that we use. And then we're going to go ahead and go to XC. So that's it for the fusion. This is for XCs. I'm running the 1 Minerva, running Crimson Knight Vampire Beam, running number 101 Silent Honor Arc, and that's it for the XCs. We have the 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, Archfiend Zombie Skull, Belzy of the Diabolic Dragons, which in my opinion is probably the best card for this deck. And then we have Omega. And then we have the power-up version of that card, the Dragonocratus Corrupted Nether Dragon Soul. So this goes hand with the Chiron card that I showed you guys earlier. And this card just has a nasty ability. It cannot be destroyed by battle. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you activate this effect. This card can make a second attack on an opponent's monster in a row. During your standby phase, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half its current attack, and if it does, inflict to your opponent equal to that lost attack. So you guys already know what, to me in my opinion, these upcoming formats, you want to try to get rid of your opponent's monsters as soon as possible, because the link plays are going to be coming, the swarm plays are going to be faster. Now, I do think the game will get faster. Some archetypes can spam the extra deck, can spam link monsters. Some archetypes are not there, meta or non-meta. Our rogue decks aren't there yet. Some are, but I think it's gonna take a while. Just like with sync, when we had gotten 5D's era, it took a while for the good synchros to come out. It took a while for the good XC cards to come out. Give it a couple months. Cards like these, in my opinion, will be value. But it just depends on reference. Now, some people might say, hey, that's a trash card. Why play it? It's just based on preference. Then I run 1 Goyo Guardian, Goyo King, Shinraru Samurai Saga, Shinraru Sun Saga, Shinraru Shogun Saga, and then last but not least, the 1 Decode Talker for my Link Monster. Now, just kind of go over a quick review because I don't want this to be too long. We're already about 20 minutes in. But I'm thinking I'm going to get the Firewall. Even though I don't think Firewalls necessarily need to be used, but Firewall would be nice for more extra deck summoning. Decode Talker is value. I'm thinking about dropping in at least 1 proxy. 1 proxy I think would be fine. And 1 maybe Misuse Radiant. But the cards I'm thinking about adding is like Soul Charge, things of that nature to bring back the Earths. So I think that you Radiant needs like 2 Earth monsters, I believe, and Mizuki's help with that. But other than that, hope you guys enjoy the deck profile. If you guys have any suggestions to make it better, or cards that I already mentioned, that I already said that can make this deck better, if you guys think like, hey, maybe you drop this or up this count, or add these cards or extra deck, or what's your side looking like. I usually don't show sideboard my side because it just depends. Like Maxi, I don't main, but it's one of my main sides.